Don't say nothing else. Okay? You say something, we're fucked. No condom necessary.
Dream to me, it's a dream to me. Rather have the dream inside my reality.
Take one.
Complications in my life, yo, I'm living in. Working 9 to 5, I was there by 10. Wanna do better, got another way. Send my way out, just my dad saying that's okay.
Okay, so a couple of things I need to say before we get into this reaction. I have a pillow right here because I don't have no fucking bottoms on. And I'm in my bed. I'm not about to be, no. I'm about to be comfortable as hell. I'm comfortable I'm comfortable as a motherfucker right now. Right now. I don't wanna yeah. I don't wanna get right. Second, I am fine. I am perfectly fine. My car is fine. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I went live for the first time ever. And I also posted up a picture of my car kind of like on a curb and on a hill at the same time. And I don't know how the hell this happened. Cause my car is a stick shift, right? Manual transmission. And I parked on it. I was at the library, right? And I parked on a different side of the parking lot. And I didn't know it was a hill. So when I parked, I went into the library, not even 10 minutes. I went to the library, came out, and my car was just, I saw my car right the fuck there. Thank God it didn't go all the way down the hill, because my car would have been, damaged like a mother clucker. So I thank you, God, for, protecting me and my car. Yeah. But just want to let you know I'm fine, good. Tow truck company came and got my car, like off that curb. But they charged me $75 fucking to move my car a couple of inches. They moved my car a couple of inches, and they talking about they want some $75. What the fuck? That's a lot of fucking money. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care how much. I don't care how much. I don't care how less you have. I don't care. $75 is a lot of fucking money. I don't care how rich you are. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care if you broke. $75 is a lot of fucking money. Just that, man, I can't get over it. That's a lot of fucking money, yo. Like, you want $75 just to move my car a couple of inches? Get the fuck out. Miss me with that. But let's go. I'm comfortable as hell. Hopefully you comfortable. Let's get it. Sup? Right. Okay.
About 5 years ago, when I was 16, I was living in western Pennsylvania in a heavily forested area. On this particular...
Come the fuck on with this fucking bullshit!
I was home alone with my younger brother, while my mom was out at a baby shower. I was in the kitchen making dinner for myself when I heard a knocking on the front porch. This wasn't a common knock, like someone might be waiting for me to open the door. It was more like a few loud taps close to one of the front windows. I paused and glanced around. From where I stood in the kitchen, I could see the front door and one of the front windows. All the lights on the ground floor were on, and with it being dark outside, all I could see in the windows was a reflection of the inside of my living room. I waited for a few moments, but when the sound didn't come again, I shrugged it off and continued concentrating on the stove. After maybe 5 minutes, long enough for me to forget about the sound, it repeated itself. This time from the front window at the far side of the house. "Mark?" I called out, thinking it might have been my brother.
Shut up.
There was no response. I walked over to the front of the house and peered outside with my hands pressed to the side of my face, but I couldn't see anything. I turned as my brother came down the stairs. "Did you just hear something from around back?" he said. I held up a finger to indicate that we should pause and listen, and almost on cue, we heard footsteps calmly walking across the wooden floor of our wraparound porch, just outside the dining room wall. "There's someone out there," I said quietly, more angry than scared. It was at this point that we should have locked all the doors.
Shut up, my ass. Shut up, my ass. You should have been done that shit. I don't know why. Y'all need to get into the habit of whenever you walk into your house, immediately lock the door. Immediately. Should have. Oh my gosh, bro. Like, talking about should have. I wouldn't even acknowledge anybody like it's at the house. You know, if I know my folks, if I know my peoples are in this house, and I'm not expecting nobody, and nobody else in this house is expecting anybody to be at this house, I would have been like, and I heard a knock, I would have been like, "Hey, you expecting somebody? No? You? Well, not me. Well, there it is. Not shit. Nobody. Nobody in this motherfucking house better not move and get up and check whoever that shit is. I don't know what I said.
Out the window that we were calling the cops, but I was a stupid, headstrong kid, and pissed off that someone was messing with us. I remember my brother asking if the person outside was trying to distract us, but I was already at the gun cabinet. I should point out that I was raised with guns, and I knew how to properly handle one.
I mean, you was raised by guns. That's cool and everything. It's not cool, but it's cool and everything. But were you raised by Adidas? I'm gonna answer that for you. Fuck! No, you wasn't. Because I was. I was raised by Adidas. I know fucking guns. I don't like guns. I don't like guns. At all. I like Adidas, though. I'll tell you that much. Hey. Motherfuckers.
I pulled out the 9mm from the drawer and loaded it. "I'm going to scare him off," I told my brother. "Lock the front door behind me." Before I could even give him a chance to argue, I was marching to the door with the gun in my hands. I threw open the door and stepped out into the porch. My brother then flicked on the outside lights, and right there, about 8 feet in front of me, was a sickly thin guy wearing a hoodie with light blue eyes and a soul patch on his chin.
Way too close.
He had been in the process of stepping onto the porch, but the moment he saw me, he spun around and ran like a bat out of hell. I took off running a few yards after him, then stopped, pointed my gun in the air, and fired off a shot. "That's right, fuck off!" I cried out. I waited until he disappeared into the trees before turning around to face the house. I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say that for a few moments my heart stopped. I felt that momentary wave of ice water through my veins, and the painful thudding of my heart in my chest as it tried to correct its rhythm. There was at least 8 other people standing around my porch, and a handful more scattered around the yard. They were mostly men, but there was also at least 2 women. all dressed in dark jackets and hoodies, looking mostly like they were in their early 20s.
Right.
None of them said anything. Instead, they all just stared at me, their hands mostly in their pockets, and I couldn't tell if any of them had weapons. Then they all just scattered. Some jogged away, but most of them just walked off in different directions out into the woods. I legitimately forgot for a handful of seconds that I was holding a gun.
Wait a minute. What you said, like, after you shot one in the air, right? Did you say like 8 people just like appeared out of nowhere? So these not your fucking neighbors? Who are these motherfuckers? Who are these bitches? Where the fuck they come from? If they're not your neighbors and they're not the ones in your house, what you mean? Like, oh, how do I know these 8 people are not in cahoots with the motherfucker that was at your motherfucking house? These are things I need to know.
Well, I raised my hands to my face and felt its weight. I sprinted back to the front door and pounded on it until my brother let me back in. I had no idea what to tell him. I had just fired a gun up into the air, and none of them had cried out or made any sound whatsoever.
Right.
Had they had been drunk or something and were trying to pull a prank, they would have said something. They would have been like, "Whoa, sorry man, wrong house, put down the gun." But all they did was just look at me, like I had just ruined their surprise attack, and more disappointed than scared. They all just wandered off. I had no idea what to make of it. My brother turned on all the lights in the house and called the cops, who to their credit arrived within 10 minutes and swept the perimeter. There were footprints everywhere, and they asked my brother and I numerous times if we had just had a party. I kept telling them a dozen or more people had just been loitering around our house in the darkness, but the cops didn't seem to take it that seriously. They asked...
Oh, damn. So them 8 peoples was definitely in cahoots with the motherfucker that was at your house. Oh, damn. They was about to do something to y'all. Damn, they was deep as hell. See, now you talking about should have locked the locks. Come on.
Strangers had threatened us, and I had to admit that they didn't in any direct way.
Yes, they
They
did.
confiscated the handgun after I told them that I fired off a round, but they eventually returned it. I have no idea to this day what those people were doing that night outside of our house.
Don't worry about
My
it.
brother suspects that they were part of some kind of cult.
Don't worry about
Maybe
it.
have been setting up to perform some kind of ritual, and
Nope.
maybe that we were set to be human sacrifices.
Nope, don't worry
I
about it.
thought it more likely they intended to break in and rob us, but saw the gun and bailed.
Don't worry about it.
That doesn't explain the silence, though.
Nope.
None of them uttered so much as a sound as they looked at me and just, as if instructed by some signal, scattered all at once.
Don't worry about it.
I've read that during alleged UFO sightings, people can become hypnotized by lights that appear above them.
Oh, yeah?
And they wake up hours later in entirely new locations, having no idea what happened or
I mean,
how they got there.
Got me
I
fucked up?
can't dismiss that kind of possibility.
No,
They all seem to be hypnotized.
I'm not.
That group of people has never returned.
Wow.
And I haven't even caught a glimpse of anyone I recognized from that night in town.
Don't worry about it.
We bought a dog not long after.
Oh, yeah? You should have did that in the first place. You should have been had a dog. Stay fucking up.
Back when I was in high school, my brother and 2 cousins ventured out on a long hike through miles of empty forest wilderness behind our house.
Ah!
We had explored the woods plenty of times as kids, but this time we wanted to go deeper than we had ever gone before.
You fucking...
With food, flashlights, and knapsacks and everything.
Why,
Fully
bitch?
aware that we would probably be gone for several hours.
Yeah, no, bruh, son. That's how I feel.
Possibly might have to end up stopping and camping for a night. I did my best to mark a route for us using a map and compass. It was stupid, 4 kids under the age of 17 thinking that we could safely travel that deep into the sticks without anything happening?
That's not stupid. That's fucking. You're an idiot. Idiots. Dumbasses. So what's another choice of words I can say? What, stupid, idiots, dumbass. I need something. Oh, I can say that. That's that fuck shit. Yeah, I'm gonna start saying that. Yeah. Ugh. So I think that I don't know what's worse than being a dumbass. I'm just say fuck shit. That's that fuck shit. I'm gonna start saying that. That's that fuck shit. That's that fuck shit. That's that fuck shit. That's that fuck shit. That's that fuck shit.
We were young and confident.
No.
And none of our parents tried to talk us out of it.
Wow. Your parents. Your parents don't love y'all. I'm sorry to say. Because any lovable parent, any parent that loves their kids would never put their kids in a situation like this ever. So I'm just saying, off bucks, your parents don't love y'all at all. Not even the tiniest little smallest bit. That's fucking wild. That's that fuck shit.
I was the oldest and the largest. I carried the compass and most of the supplies, including the tents and water. My brother Joe carried the first aid kit and flashlights, while my cousins Lily and Tom split the food between them, and Lily carried the flare gun. We only had 1 shot to use, and assumed that would be enough. We walked the majority of the day without incident, and after a few hours, we spotted in the distance a wooden structure sticking up out of a tree line.
No, you didn't.
Uncertain of what it was, we made for it, deciding that that was where we should set up camp. The sun was just starting to set by the time we reached it, and it turned out to be a very old, overlooked tower, probably for spotting forest fires. We estimated that it was probably 60 or 70 feet high, but it would be perilous to climb. The staircase was a single winding path that wound up the perimeter of the tower, without any support beams. We dropped our bags at the base of the stairs, and debated on how high we should climb. Lily and I wanted to make for the top, but Joe and Tom didn't trust the stairs, worried that they could give way beneath us.
I don't trust any of this.
Lily and I made our way up slowly, placing one careful foot in front of the other. When I was about halfway up, a rotted plank broke from beneath me, and my whole leg sank down through the wet wood. I came down at an odd angle and bent my right leg. I cried out and pulled my left leg through the hole as I sank down to sit carefully on the stairs. Tom and Joe heard my cry and started up the stairs, and Lily in turn started back down, which probably wasn't the smartest thing to do, but we were all panicking kids. When the others got to me, I immediately started insisting that I was okay, and that we all couldn't be up here this high on this weak staircase, and we should start heading back down. Joe was the first to reach the bottom when he stopped, pointed towards a nearby tree, and yelled, "Hey you!" We all looked. There was someone standing by a tree just looking at us.
Your friend or whoever in that group, that one person that said, "Hey you!" Mine is pro. Mine has mind of my wait, what's the mine as well? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so the person in the group that said, "Hey you!" Mine as well. Wait, I can't. What the fuck? Mine. Is it mind as hell? Mind. See. Oh, okay. I need to figure out how to say this. See, this is the type of shit I would just edit out, but we keep it real over here. I'm running back. So the person in the group that said, because they saw somebody over there in the distance, the person in the group that said, "Hey, you," literally could have just said, "That means." No, see, I can't say it like that. That's weird. Mine as well. Mind as well. Might as well. Mind as well. Might. You might as well. Might. Oh, might as well. Oh shit. Okay, so I'm gonna just say this, and then I'm gonna get back to this, to the reaction. So the person, I'm sorry. So the person that was in the group, that's okay. Sorry, no, the person. I'm tired, y'all. I'm so tired. So the person that's in the group might as well. Fuck. I'm trying to say this really very smoothly. So I'm sorry. I have to get this. So the person that's in the group might as well said no. So the person that was in the group that said, "Hey, you." No. So the person in the group, nope. You know, any other YouTuber would just edit shit like this out. I don't know why I don't. The video will be a lot shorter if I edit some shit out. But fuck it. So all right, legit. This is gonna be my last time saying this. So the person that's in a group that noticed a motherfucking sus dude over there in the distance and was like, "Hey, you," might as well said, "Fuck me." Just saying. I don't know why it took me so fucking long to say that.
Couldn't tell if it was a man or a woman, but the figure was extremely lanky with a ridiculous amount of gray hair and wearing an ancient jacket and jumpsuit.
Sus?
It looked like they had been just peeled off from the bottom of a dumpster.
Sus?
The four of us froze, and we all just stared.
Froze my ass.
None of us knew what to say as the figure just stared at us.
Oh, yeah?
Then the stranger came towards the stairs. We freaked out and all scampered as fast as we could, right back up the stairs towards the platform. I stopped about 2/3 of the way up and looked back. The person was going through our bags at the base of the stairs. I then yelled, "Get the fuck out of there!"
Which, you saying, "Get the fuck out of here," or there, in a situation like this, literally translates to, "Hey, come up here and fuck me up." No condom necessary.
The others tried to open the trap door at the top of the stairs. The figure looked up at me and called out something that I couldn't understand. I'm not sure if it was because the others were making so much noise right above me, or because the stranger wasn't speaking English. It was a very high-pitched voice, so I assumed at that point it was a woman. I pulled out a small pocket knife and sat there, waiting for her to follow us up. She didn't. She sat at the base of the stairs, ate our food, and pocketed most of our things. When it became full dark out, she was still sitting there, and we were all unsure of what to do. We couldn't get up onto the platform, and we couldn't see enough to know if it was safe enough to climb down. I know what you might be thinking.
You chicken shits, just go down and grab her.
And that very thought crossed my mind several times during the night.
No, bitch.
But without flashlights, and given the fact that I was injured, I didn't want to risk it. She could have had a weapon on her for all I knew.
Right.
She most definitely had access to the flare gun.
Right.
Not that it would have helped us much if we had it. With the platform above us, we couldn't fire it straight up to signal for help. By the time first light of dawn peeked through the trees, I was stiff, very hungry, and sore. Joe, Tom, and Lily spent a sleepless night trying to remain quiet and not shift their weight very often. The figure down below was gone. We limped to the bottom of the stairs. We grabbed what possessions we had left, and Tom and Joe helped me hobble back home on one leg. It was the longest 14 hours of my life. From when I hurt my leg on the stairs to the moment I sank down in agony on my couch at home and took off my boots. To this day, I still have no idea who that woman was. Most likely some homeless weirdo hiding out in the forest, where no one could bother her.
Or a demon.
We also didn't know why the trapdoor wouldn't open. Tom presented the idea that someone may have locked it from atop the platform. Not sure how that would work. As miserable as this experience was, we all made it back shaken and exhausted. And other than my hurt ankle, we were all unscathed. It didn't occur to me until much later that hurting my leg may have saved us all. What if we had camped on the ground that night? And while we were all asleep, a strange woman had crept into our camp.
You would have been fucked.
I think it could have been a whole lot worse.
So I just want to say to the motherfucker that said, that yelled out to the sus woman over there, right? And then when she got here, the same person that yelled out over there was like, "Hey, get the fuck out of here." I just want to let you know that I probably would have used them as bait. You know, like just saying. You know, I would have been like, as soon as he said, as soon as he said something twice in a situation like this, I would have been like, hey, motherfucker, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Okay? Shut up. Don't say nothing else. Okay? You say something, we're fucked. No condom necessary. Okay? Shut the fuck up. Because I know you don't want to go down there and she attacked you. I kind of want you to go down there because I don't like your ass. Never did. You know? It's only because of Mike you in this group. But you said something. You said something twice. You said something 2 times. That nearly got us fucked up. If I swear to God, if you would have said something 3 times, I would have threw your ass down there. I told you I don't like your ass. Now get the fuck out of my face, you breath hot as hell. That's crazy. I'm sorry. If anybody I know this is completely random and out of the blue. But if anybody that's watching this video right now knows what angel numbers, I told you I'm tired. If anybody out there that's watching this video knows what angel numbers are, my angel number is 11. Okay? 11, which I have been doing my research on, if you constantly see the number 11, I don't know about any other numbers, but if you constantly see the number 11, like I don't know, like on the clock, change, money, or in a situation like this, it says, what is it, community night, March 11th at 7 p.m. Or if you just, or like a license plate, if you constantly see the same, like the same numbers back to back, that means, well, as far as like 11 goes, because I constantly see 11 a lot. And I've been seeing it so much that I did my research. And basically what 11 means to either 11, 111, or 1111. But if I, basically what 11 means, spiritually, is something is about to happen. Something big is about to happen. Something great is about to happen. Something is manifesting. As you see those numbers, as something is quickly about to, something is about to happen sooner rather than later. Yeah, that's just give me a I'm sorry, this is random, but I didn't know this angel number was in here. So I just gotta give me a minute. I gotta talk to God for a second. I gotta do a little prayer. I'm sorry. Amen. So, yeah. 11 is my angel number, and I see it on a daily basis, consistently. But, sorry about that. But if y'all know, if you know what I'm talking about when I say angel numbers, then let me know that in the comment section below, or hit me up on Snapchat, Instagram, whatever. Right? And if you have an angel number, let me know what that is, what that number is. Yeah, so, my bad, here we go.
This is one of those experiences that sticks with you regardless of how much time passes.
Right.
The kind that you make sure you tell your friends and family when reminiscing about scary experiences. This took place during my high school days back in 2008. Starting high school wasn't exactly the best time in my life. I despised the politics of the high school microcosm, and I didn't get along with most of the students or the teachers. I was kind of an outcast. I decided that I was through with school because I saw it as nothing but a toxic environment and a waste of my time. This naturally didn't go over well with my parents. My mother is a school teacher, so I would have to hear those lectures about how education is the foundation for the rest of your life, blah blah blah. Looking back from where I am now, I can agree. But I was an impulsive teenager with a lack of common sense. After about a year, I enrolled in an alternate school called More Mickens, which was a place of sanctuary for pregnant teenagers and dropout rejects like myself. They offered me the opportunity to obtain a high school diploma in a special program that would allow me to graduate a year earlier than what I was supposed to. I was originally class of 2011, but with this program I was now officially class of 2010. Shave a year off my sentence? Sign me up. I went through the process of being enrolled, and before I knew it, I was hopping on the bus for my first day of my junior year. I couldn't help but bask in the admiration of flunking my freshman year, and yet was still one step ahead of my former classmates. When I arrived, it was basically back to square one for me. I was surrounded by young women in various stages of pregnancy, and young men with time in juvenile hall under their belts. Needless to say, I didn't exactly fit in with the crowd, So I sat alone in the cafeteria during breakfast and stared off into space, speaking to no one. Until this dude I recognized walked through the lunchroom doors. His name was George, and he was one of the very few people I actually talked to at my previous high school. We weren't exactly close friends or anything, but he was the only person I knew at Moore Mickens. It turns out we were pretty much in the same boat. I waved him over and we made small talk and reconnected. Later that day, my sister offered to pick me up from school, so after classes were over, I went outside to the parking lot to wait for her. George had someone picking him up as well, so we got to talking again. How was your day, man? It sucked. I hear you, man. People are so fucking stupid. I wish I could just kill them all.
What the? Whoa. See. Whoo! And those are the motherfuckers you keep your fucking distance from. I don't care if they were playing around. Who jokes like that? I don't care if you're dead ass serious. I don't care if you're joking when you say, I'm gonna kill everybody in this motherfucker. Certain shit you just don't ever say. And you hear that, you run like hell. That's all I'm saying. I give two shits if they playing. And if they are playing, you fucking sick.
Yeah, sure. I'm serious. I would totally bring a gun to mow them all down. I fucking hate people. Yeah, sure. Hey, there's my sister. I'll catch you later. George went silent and gave me a blank stare as I quickly made my way to the car. Now you're probably wondering why that conversation didn't raise any red flags, but I had about 1 million things on my mind. So I brushed off the morbid conversation as just bitter adolescent talk.
See, and that's the fuck. That's where it is. That's the source of your problem. That's the source of where your fuck ups is. Red flags in your situation can be right in front of your fucking face. But you don't see them bitches. A red flag can literally be this close to your fucking face. But you don't see it. Huh. That's crazy, bro. That's fucking wild.
Next day, the class schedule alternated, and George and I ended up having the same art class. On a side note, the art teacher and I were cool, because she would let me draw pictures of skulls and zombies and stuff instead of doing the lame-ass work she assigned. Anyway, I was sitting at a table with George and 2 other guys. The 2 dudes were talking to each other, and I was drawing this sweet picture of Iron Maiden's The Trooper. George suddenly got up and walked over to the classroom door and ripped down a map of the school that was taped to the wall next to the door. He brought it back to the table and proceeded to mark on it with a red pen. One of the other guys asked him what he was doing. You'll see. Everyone will.
Shit, not me. I'm not seeing nothing. I'm not seeing shit. You know why? Because I have my Adidas 10,000s. Just saying. Talking about you'll see. Bullshit. Like hell I'ma see. The only thing I'ma see is season 3 of Stranger Things. At my house. With everything locked. Talking about you'll see. Bullshit.
Even then, I didn't think too much of it.
You fucking...
Even though I remembered the conversation we had at the parking lot.
Fuck you.
You have to understand that George seemed to get off on the uncomfortable attention he got being vague and creepy. And this school was meant to be a place for outcasts. I figured he was just imagining some fucked up fantasy or something. A couple of days after that, I was walking to art class again, but just before I entered, the door opened and a police officer left the room escorting George away, followed by the principal. I froze in genuine shock and dread, and all I could think was, oh shit. George was staring right at me with cold eyes as he passed, and I had to look away. Turns out, I wasn't the only person he hinted to about his twisted aspirations. The school was full of young parents after all, and apparently they took his behavior as more of a threat than I did. In retrospect, I don't blame them. They found some stuff on his MySpace page that alluded to some sort of plot to shoot up the school. Here in Florida, threats like that are taken very seriously, even if it is just some fucked up teenager spouting some bullshit because he hates his life. It turns out the police found more than 28 firearms at his home.
Damn!
Although to be fair, they were all registered to George's grandfather and were kept in a locked gun cabinet. Though I suppose getting access to the guns wouldn't have been too difficult for someone like him. Thankfully, George was taken away, and nothing ever came of his plans. Sadly, More Makins was shut down a few years ago. Aside from this incident, I ended up having some pretty good times there. I got my act together, and ended up graduating.
What the fuck? What good times? What? There was no good times. At all. Whatsoever. I do not recall you having not one good time. I recall you having some bad times. Some fuck shit times. But not no good times. Remember that show, Good Times? Hey. Not no good times, bro. Like, not no good times. From what you told us, it was just nothing but bad times. Fuck a good time with... Fuck a bad time with a good times at a he.
In the class of 2010. I can't say for sure if George would have gone through with it, but I'll never forget the cold certainty behind what he said that day in art class. You'll see. Everyone will.
Not me. Bullshit. That's why you gotta watch your motherfucking back. You can't.
Hey guys, Uncle Unit here, and I hope you enjoyed the stories. That last one was actually a personal story of mine. And looking back, I should have taken that whole situation a lot more seriously than I did.
Oh, damn.
If you go to school and there's someone talking about shooting up the place, please tell someone immediately. Even if you don't think they're serious about it, you can't take that risk. If they're talking crazy like that, it means they need help. And something may not be right at home that needs to be looked into. With that being said, I just got over this really bad cold and I'm glad I'm well enough to be making videos for you guys again. For those of you who don't know, I had my wedding last month on the 25th, and I got sick right after that all happened, and I was like, man, that sucks, because I'm leaving for my honeymoon on the 10th. So I wanted to get as much content out as possible before I left. And that just kind of screwed things up all around. I should have some more stuff for you guys before I leave, though. And while I had your guys' attention, I just want to thank everyone who sent positive vibes our way. We really appreciate it, and it really does mean a lot to us. So thank you. You guys are awesome.
You're welcome.
I know I've said thank you like a million times in this outro, but thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a great night. And as always, never forget, there's always a reason to be afraid.
You gonna do it? I don't know what the hell this is, but I like it. On a more serious note, though, whether, no matter where you are, in school, at work, at the gym, grocery shopping, at the park, no matter where you are, if somebody says, I'm about to shoot it up, whether or not you think they serious or they just playing around, you tell somebody, and then after you tell somebody, you haul ass like a motherfucker. Get the fuck up out of there ASAP. Cause you got me fucked up. And if you got a friend that be bullshitting all the time, that be fucking up all the time, that be putting y'all in a fucked up situation, it's time to let that motherfucker go. Okay, you can't have friends that's constantly fucking up all the time. You can't have friends that be bullshitting all the time. You can't have friends that be leading you and putting you in fucked up situations. Just saying. End that relationship. And if you got a family member that's constantly fucking up, constantly bullshit, my camera just cut off for some reason. That was fucking weird. But yeah, have your divorce papers ready to go. All right, just saying. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this video because I don't know why my camera just cut off. I don't know when it's gonna do it again. But yeah, keep it cool, keep it classy, and I love you. Stay happy, my family. That shit was weird, Mo. Like, I'm not even gonna flex. Like, that shit. That was weird, yo. And I know I have like, you know, enough space on my phone. I don't know why this shit just cut off like that. That was fucking. See, because now I'm starting to, yeah. Because if I didn't cut it off, who the fuck did? See what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. That's that shit. That's that fuck shit. Oh man, I'll see y'all later, man. Keep cool, I said that shit already. Okay.